Good morning. We will be discussing today the Rambam in Hilchos HaMikdаш. It's a Rambam Perokim, Halacha Dalet. And the Halacha that what we're going to discuss is the dinim of the Big Day Kahuna and the Rambam's unique approach to it. So, let us begin by reading the words of the Rambam in Kli HaMikdash, where he writes, Mitzvahs asay, la asois begodim el, to make these begodim, the liyais ha-koyin oivei behem, and the koyin should work with them. Shenema v'asisa big day kedesh, as bon of takrin, v'vashtem kisans, kutanis. You should make them, and they should bring. The Rambam is basically translating the pasuk: make the big day kedesh, and be makir with them. Now, just to note, in the mitzvahs, I say, minyan mitzvahs, he writes, liyes hakoyanim leifshim la'aveda big day kahuna. I think about making them. They should wear them. Sefer HaMitzvahs and it's tabu hakoyanim lilbash begodim miyochodim lechavel sefares ba'oz yavdu mikdash. These are all good points, but he skips the making. Now, in the chinuch also, just have a kind of lil beish begodim yichad l'gdula v'chad. So here he adds the making of the begodim. So the Brisker and Masechtas Krisus says that the mitzvah is not only making. Begodim is the mitzvah. In his words, the chefts of the begodim, and they're wearing that is all the mitzvah. In other words, you need begodim. Begodim is what it's about. And then, obviously, you got to wear them to Haveda. Now, the begodim is the central concept there. And he brings a similar idea in Shemen HaMishcha. Not a mitzvah just to have Shemen HaMishcha. Not a mitzvah to anoint with Shemen HaMishcha. The mitzvah is to have the Shemen HaMishcha with what what you use it for. That's why Shemen HaMishcha is a mitzvah l'deiris. The Tzemes Hamon, the Rambam didn't count because that's about Tzemes Hamon. It's not that. It's l'zeicher. Now, Psad Yigoyin also it says on similar Lashon. Last is big. They could a little love shot. You make the begodim the love shot, which is even stronger than the words of the Rambam. Now, the Ramban takes issue with the Rambam. And I think the Rambam is trying to circumvent the taina that the Ramban has on him by adding the lasoisa. The Ramban claims that this is not a mitzvah. Begodim are a means. They're a means to avodah. When we know the rule is a mitzvah has to be itself, not a means, a intermediary to something else. So he says it's only a hechsher avodah. And then he says, if you're going to count this a mitzvah, he says, then you got to count the wearing of big day love on Yom Kippur. A mitzvah. You got to count this, everything, everything that has to do with wearing. Or that's his main point, that they're all chalokim mechelke avoda a mitzvah many is baruch b'yom and amarim b'hem. It doesn't matter what that this is on Yom Kippur. They love it. The Kohen Gadol needs 8 begodim. The kohen head needs 4 begodim. These are all part of the mitzvah of sherus, part of the avodah. So the mitzvah is avodah, not the mitzvah begodim. Okay. The Rambam already wrote in Perek Ches about Big Day Kahuna, Shleisha Minim, Big Day Kohen Hedyed, Big Day Zohov, Big Day Lovan, exactly what the Perek Tes, he wrote about the Tzitz. But when it comes in Perek Yud, he reminds you got to make the begodim. This should have been the first thing, not the last thing. Okay, even if you were to say that the idea, the main mitzvah is just to wear it, you can say that he spoke about making it. But if the mitzvah is to make, that should have been the first thing. And even if you say the mitzvah is to wear it, I mean, it should have first said that. What's at least you should have written the beginning of this parak before he writes how you put it on. Now, here is a very important machlekes between the Rambam and the Rambam. The Rambam and the Rambam. The Rambam it continues and writes, "Kohen Gadol sheshimish b'pachas u'shmayne begadam elu, Kohen Head sheshimish b'pachas ma'arbo begadam elu, hu anikra mechusar kippurim." He is called mechusar kippurim. Yeah, that's mechusar kippurim. Yeah, mechusar begadam. I'm sorry. Rabbi doesn't psula. B'chayim misa b'dei shemayim. Kizar. Now here he brings the famous Gemara. When they're wearing their clothing, they have their kuhuna, not wearing their clothing. So why is this all together in one big bunch halacha? This is a separate thing. Now the Ramban says we don't count this as a mitzvah because it's part of the Avodah, but on the other hand, he has a law for not wearing begodim. And which is v'lo yisu oven v'meisa. So the Rambam and the Ramban argue two things. The Rambam holds it's a mitzvah, and the Ramban and the Bahag hold that it's not a mitzvah. The Rambam doesn't have a lav for B'chus Begodim, not a special lav. His lav is a zor. And the Bahag and the Ramban have a special lav. They're arguing on both ends. And the Taina of the Ramban is a very strong Taina. Why do you wear Begodim? You wear it for Avodah. There's no wearing Begodim Shalei B'Shas Avodah. So why does he count it for a separate mitzvah? And if so, and why doesn't he have a lav? There's a lav out there from B'chus Begodim. Why it says by the Levish Hashem, "Lo yisu oven v'meis umeis." Now, the Rambam in Perek Tes and Hilchos Bias Mikdash Halacha Yud writes, listen to this: Tomei ubalmu. Rachotz Yadayim Raglayim Sheshimesh v'Mikdash Einam Chayovim Ela Al Avodah Shehazor Chayiv Aleim Val Shar Avodas B'Hazar. Meaning, just like a zor is not chayiv only an avodas maton of avodas siluk, meaning an avodah of giving and not avodah taking off. Again, tome balmum, the guy didn't wash his hands, and his feet. Has to be avodah tamot. It's not avodah that is just a means to another avodah. So the Mefarshim ask a kash from the Rambam. He's missing one thing that's the same halacha. Why didn't he mention mechusar begodim? Mechusar begodim is also like a zar. and he's only chayav on avodas matana. And from the mefarsh, the me'ach and the since the psul of mechusa begodim is because of zarus, being a zar. Therefore, the Rambam didn't have to mention it because it's not a zar. It's not its own. It's not its own category. Okay. I think this is the kuda of this Rambam. The Rambam holds that there is no such thing as a mechusa begodim. A mechusa begodim is a zar. A kohen regarding avodah only becomes a kohen when he puts on the begodim. Till he puts on the begodim, regarding the avodah, he is a zar. You can't make a lav. A zar can't do avodah without begodim. A zar without begodim is a zar. He has a lav of zars. When you tell him a new lav, no, you're not wearing begodim. Of course, I'm not wearing begodim. I'm a zar. The kohen is a metzius of a zar until he puts on the begodim. So there's no lav that Rambam holds it can be a lav. When you tell a zar, you have to put on begodim. I don't have to put on begodim. I'm not a zar. I'm a zar. I could become a kohen. Okay, right now you're not. My father's a kohen. I'm a kohen in many halachas, but when it comes to avodah, there is a new geder. A kohen must be wearing begodim to become a kohen. To be chal on him the kahuna that he needs for avodah. And that's why the Rambam uses a very strong lashon. And he says, and he brings the Yalpus of his man, so then kunasam alem, ain't kunas alem kizarim, v'nem azar akar of Yirmas. And this is the side of this whole lot, the whole mitzvah. That's the answer why he doesn't bring that. Now it understands why he brings the mitzvah say. This is not a means for avodah. This is about making him a kohen. Once you're a kohen, you can do avodah. It's not just begodim are tzorech avodah. Begodim are kahuna. That makes you a kohen. And it's not, obviously you need it for the avodah, but that's because you have to be a kohen to be avodah. Once you're a kohen, you can do avodah. And the reason you don't need it, because then you get it. There's no need of kahuna for that. When you're coming to do avodah, it's not that you need begodim. You need to be a kohen, and that makes you into a kohen. So that's the machlokes Rambam and Rambam. The Rambam learns kipshutai. They believe that ein bigdayim aleim, ein kunosam aleim. They're lacking in their kahuna that's needed for avodah. And the Rambam learns, no, it just means that there's an iser, kamay zar, like a zar. But he's not a zar. And therefore it's shaykh a lot. And on the other hand, there's no shaykh mitzvah because you need it for, it's a means of avodah. So it could be that's the taich. Lasses begodim elu v'lias akoyin oived b'hem. It's not about just putting on begodim. It's about the begodim. Begodim need to make begodim in order, and that way you'll be a koyin that's oived b'hem. And that's why he doesn't talk even about the same about a mitzvah of wearing begodim here. The mitzvah say is making begodim, and therefore the begodim, the kohen will wear them. And that's similar what Brisker says. It's the mitzvah, the begodim. The begodim are what it's about. The begodim make the kohen. And that's why he writes it towards the end. That's why he writes it towards the end. Because this is after we know all the begodim. Now we're talking about, now what you got to do? Now you got to become a kohen. Now you know about all the begotten. Now make them and become a kohen. And that's why he puts together the din of Nechusah Begodim with Levisha's Begodim, because without that he's a Zar. That transfers him from being a Zar to a Kohen. Okay, everybody's like, Atzlacha.